Journal Record Associate Publisher Ted Struley joins us to discuss other stories in news this week. Ted, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Now, there is a movement to get a petition drive going for a ballot initiative that would essentially repeal the new tax increases for pay raises for teachers. Who's behind this, and what are the chances that that issue would get to the November ballot?
Well, Robert, this is an ad hoc group that seemingly formed right on the spur of the moment, and they are very unhappy about the $450 million tax package. They, as we know, it's the biggest tax increase we've seen since 1990 by far, one of the biggest in history. So naturally there was going to be some opposition to this. It's going to take a lot of doing, though, to collect enough valid signatures and get that on the November ballot to have a chance at repealing this. One reason is this was a pretty popular measure. People really wanted to see this happen. So it's not going to be an easy thing to do, but it's certainly possible.
Now, lawmakers have various bills pending that involve taxes on zero-emission energy production, including one that would put new caps on tax breaks for solar and geothermal. Do any of these appear headed for approval?
Well, it's really hard to say at the moment because so many different things have been discussed. One of those certainly are the possibilities around wind energy. They've talked about both creating a gross production tax on wind, but they've also talked about taxing the capacity of each wind farm, which, there's camps on both sides of that argument. Either way, what they're trying to do are find some new ways to solidify that revenue stream, make sure the state doesn't end up in another hole.
There's a bill that raises the issue of local control involving grocery bags, plastic grocery bags. What's the latest with that?
There's a bill that would prevent cities in Oklahoma from adding a tax or in any way preventing people from using plastic bags like at the grocery store. That's happened in a number of cities around the country, particularly on the coasts. The real objection to this, though, is coming from those who think it's the state taking too much local control away from the cities. They think the state should be focused on the core services the state provides and let local ordinance issues like those left up to city councils.
Now, some much needed upgrades are coming to the Softball Hall of Fame in Oklahoma City. What's the plan there?
Right. This is part of a $20.3 million package that's going to be paid for with bonds the city's been able to sell. It got the softball folks to commit to keep the World Series there through 2023 at least. They're going to add about 4,000 new seats, bringing capacity up to 11,000. They're also adding a lot of new amenities, particularly for broadcast, because those are carried on ESPN. Construction, though, isn't going to start until later this year after softball season is over.
Ted Struley from the Journal Record, thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure.